Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. I know you can't see out the window, but the sun is shining again. Going to be a nice day, I think. Okay, getting a little bit of a later start here. 8:15. Yeah, been up for a while, but not quite as long as some mornings at this time. That makes sense. Anyway, got a comment from a viewer, and he was reminding me that Gabe swabs are good for pinpoint painting. And then I remember, yeah, that's right. And then I remember way back, I think it was, it might have even been Tennessee Jim, because Tennessee Jim first sent these to me, these mini Q-tips or mini cotton swabs that are very, very pointy on the end. Probably that went out of focus, right? Okay. Yeah, they're very pointy on the end, and they also would make a good pinpoint for painting. In other words, for painting the red on the end of the barrels. I didn't want to try painting it because I figured I'd make a mess of it. I don't know if I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. I kind of want to be done with those, and I don't know if the red is going to show up that good anyway. But what we do have to do today, and I talked about this yesterday, is painting our cradles for the boats, and I think I am going to spray them, especially now that I'm not bothering to go to a lot of work to completely take my airbrush all apart. It's not a hardship to clean it. I suppose that one day it's going to plug up and I'm going to have to take it apart and soak the parts in some sort of strong, maybe the Iwata airbrush cleaner or something, or maybe the Tamiya's airbrush cleaner too. I mean, it's strong enough. You can use this as extra thin. It's not quite as good as extra thin, but it'll do pretty much the same thing, but slower. Anyway, where are we going here this morning? Well, let's go here. Okay. There we are. We are ready for you-know-who. Hey, yesterday when I was coming back on my motorbike, how many of you saw where I was able to give Missy the dog a dog cookie out of the motorbike, from one of the little cubby holes? It had been so long since I had seen her on the road that I forgot. Now, where did I put those cookies? Are they in the top one or in the side one? Anyway, enough about that. When it comes to, I was thinking earlier this morning, when it actually comes to deciding where we have to paint these parts, these bulkheads on the inside white, maybe what I should do is get the ship out here and lay all those parts in the right place. So, sort of do a dry fit. And then a person will be able to see where you have to paint. In some places, you probably definitely don't have to paint. So I think the thing to do would be to lay everything out the way it's supposed to go, and then maybe just put a little piece of masking tape on the panel that has to be painted, and if it doesn't have to be painted, why bother? Why bother? If it's completely enclosed is what I'm saying. It's like painting the inside of the hull of the ship. Why bother? Nobody's going to see that. It's covered with the deck. But, gotta have something in my eye here. I'm going to have to reshoot this. This is a terrible opening. Okay, all right, I think we're ready to go here. We'll set up to spray our, how many is there, 4 of them? Yeah, 4 of them. One of these ships is an extra. I think we have an extra one of these, don't we? Yeah. I should mail it to Patrick. Patrick, because Patrick's trying to get a whole bunch of boats. I think he wants about 20 or 30 boats for his USS Yorktown. And, because he's got pictures and photographs showing the Yorktown when it had you might say, a plethora of boats. So that's the era he's doing. I'm not going to go to that extreme, but I'm sure that when he's done, he's going to have a very impressive looking aircraft carrier, that's for sure. Kind of like the USS Missouri 1/200 scale model that somebody did, and they depicted it as it was when Japan surrendered on the deck of that ship, and they had all these 1/200 scale figures all the way around it. I'm sure most of you have seen that picture. Now that must have taken hours and hours of work, and from arm's length it looked very realistic. That's for sure, very realistic. Okay, let's stop flapping our gums here. Oh, now I know what I was going to say. Yesterday, when I went to McDonald's, I bought myself a cheeseburger. I haven't had a McDonald's cheeseburger for years, literally years. I'm guessing it must be 10 years, maybe more, a cheeseburger. I've had like maybe an egg McMuffin or a sausage McMuffin, but not a cheeseburger. And anyway, I poked on the button because it's easy to poke on the button, and your plastic will give it the money. And so I bought the cheeseburger, and I remember when I sat down, I took a bite out of it. Well, it tasted good, but I am finding that stuff like that doesn't taste as good as it used to. I don't know. Those of you who are older, do you notice have your taste buds sort of died with the rest of you? uh, and so, and then I started thinking about how much was I can remember when McDonald's first came to Winnipeg. At least I think I do. I believe that the first McDonald's that I was ever in was out on what we call Pembina Highway. Like Henderson Highway is the one I go out a lot on the bike. Well, Pembina Highway, it goes out the other direction. I haven't been on it with the bike yet. But there used to be a McDonald's out there, and I think it was one of the first ones. And I stopped in there, and it seems to me that a Big Mac was only 45 cents. But I could be wrong. So I thought, I'm going to ask Google if how much was a Big Mac in Winnipeg, just for the fun of it. This may not work. I might be making a complete fool of myself, and it could be my question to Google is going to be too convoluted, and they're not going to be able to figure it out. But let's just try this here, just for the fun of it. Hey, Google, in Winnipeg, years ago, how much was a Big Mac in the first McDonald's when it first came out?
Here are some results from a search.
Oh, here's some results from a search. McDonald's. It doesn't say. I was hoping she'd tell me 45 cents, but, well, sorry, I gotta see it so I can read it. Okay, 49 years ago, 1973. Yeah, that's about when I was going there. 70. No, it was I was there before that. I was there before 73. Okay, here I see a price $2.45, but that's not right. Oh, that's 2024. Okay. Here it says the first McDonald's in Winnipeg opened in 1968 on Narren Avenue. Hey, we went down Narren Avenue on the bike the other day. Uh, so it could be that McDonald's location it may be the first location. It's definitely not the first building. Yeah, because it was around 1968. It was about the first time I can remember going into a McDonald's, but the one that I remember was on Pembina Highway. My goodness, what's that got to do with this? Bottom line is the cheeseburger didn't taste as good as I thought it was gonna. Hey, that's all right. I can still taste it. Okay, yeah. Let's. I'll think of how I'm going to mount these so that I can rotate them around. I don't think I necessarily have to put them on the rotator, but I want to be able to turn them so that I can spray this way, then this way, then and get everything. It'll be nice and fast, and we won't waste a bunch of paint. And we decided we were going to use the 19, didn't we? Yeah. So, well, we'll get it later. Yeah, let's get going here. I think we've talked about the weather. We've got the camera ready. We've talked about McDonald's hamburgers. I think we've covered everything. Let's get going. Okay, we got our 19 here. I've already stirred it up with the paint stirrer. Get this pigment off the bottom. And the idea is we're just going to try and quickly paint this before Missy the dog comes by. I hope I got it thin enough. That should be enough, but as I've often said, it's just as easy to pour back a lot as a little, so. On the other hand, if I put a lot in, then what happens is the paint will get around the rim of this, and if it dries a little bit, it's kind of hard to clean out. Well, not hard, but it's a nuisance. Okay. I wonder how much paint a person loses in the filter. You know, I could easily find out. I've got a scale that weighs to within, I think it's a thousandth of a gram or something. I could figure out how much we actually lose. Maybe someday. Okay, this will help the evaporation a little bit. And we're going to take the needle cap off. That's just the way I do it. It's probably wrong. First of all, it's easy to poke the end of your finger. And second of all, it's easy to damage the end of the needle. And according to Jason in Muddle Kit Stuff, this nozzle helps to form the flow. At least he thinks it does. I haven't noticed that though, but it doesn't mean it doesn't happen just because I don't notice something. Okay, I think we're ready to go here. We're going to do our best this time to try and keep the subject in the field of view because I am intending to zoom in. And I've got my airbrush set for 10 pounds. I might have to boost it a little bit. We'll just see what's going to happen here. Let's get our fan going. Nope, that's going to work. Okay, we'll take a look at those once they dry.
Is your knee hurting today?
No, I guess I just grabbed the walker because of force of habit here. Okay, hang on, Missy. Hang on, we'll get you.
Here, hold on, Missy.
Yeah, we'll get you, sweetie. Yeah. I was watching one of the other creators. He's doing some stuff, and he mentioned his little dog Jordan. He said Jordan needs to eat. Okay, you can come up now. Come on. That's it. Whoa, what's the matter?
Put your knees together.
Yeah, that's the problem. It just it was a trick lap.
Yes, a trick lap.
Yeah.
Well, she and Ella the cat can be in the same room now under adult supervision, and they can be nose to nose and not bother one another. But the dog thinks that Ella is another dog. The cat thinks that Missy is another cat. And they're trying to figure out how to play with one another. They're very excited about one another. So the cat will take off and run, and Missy will chase her, scrambling around the island in the kitchen with her claws going like this. And the cat will go in underneath the stool and be there protected, swiping at the dog. The kitten could really hurt the dog, but she doesn't.
Yeah, I guess you could scratch the nose pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And she, every now and then, like this morning, she jumped up to Missy's back leg like a lion on a gazelle, And I yell N-O at the top of my lungs, and she lets go because she knows that now.
Yeah, be wearing the warm outfit today.
But this afternoon, it could be, sunshine.
We'll see what happens.
Hope so.
Yeah.
For your sake. Oh, it's an exciting time in the household right now. Never a dull moment.
Yeah, it's a little gray out there. Bye, Missy. I'd like to go now.
Thanks, Ron.
We'll see you later. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. Now, I think that these cradles have probably dried enough. I want to be careful now that I don't break them trying to get them off of here. I didn't think they were going to stick that much. Okay. I'll move you in a little bit. Now this one's not sticking too bad. How about this one? Oh, I don't need the tweezers for that one either. Okay, let's get these in a position where I can maybe stick the macro lens on, and we'll see how well we did here. Okay, it's gonna have to do. Quite a bit of time has passed here, and I'm just seeing how easy it would be to dip in the red, and then using one of Tennessee Jim's mini Q-tips here, just touch the inside or the end of it and leave a little red paint. Now this paint I don't think has the shrink wrapping ability that the XF paints do. So I don't want to be putting it on too thick, or we're going to lose the fact that it's already looks like it's kind of hollowed out. And here's what I was thinking, you know. At first I was thinking I could do it just the way you saw me there. I'm going to move you in a little bit. Okay, what if I was to take the gun and turn it like this, and keep everything simple. Just a pair of pliers here with a rubber band holding them down, and this could go like this, just to steady it. And then I could come in and you know, dip into the red, and then just very, very carefully here touch the end. I should be wearing my other glasses, but you get the idea. I think that would work. So let's slip on the macro lens here. Let's see, now how am I going to angle this so that I can see it properly? Gotta get the pliers out of the way. Yeah, you can see, well, I'm going to be doing it different with the macro lens anyway. I'll be looking at it more from the top. So let's just give that a little quick try here and see how it's going to go. Okay, I think I can probably get in maybe a tiny bit closer than I am right now. But that's going to have to be tomorrow. And the reason being is it's, I know you can't see the clock, but it's 1:32 already in the afternoon. I want to get out for a quick scoot. So I'm going to go at this again tomorrow. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.